What's going on, folks? Welcome to Kids Today with Dr. Kamal Jones. I am Dr. Kamal Jones. It is fantastic to be back with you. This is our first episode of 2025. As a reminder, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that we can really grow this thing as we enter this new year. I thought it was important to start this year off with what is happening in Southern California, affecting children, families. That, of course, is the wildfires that have torn apart parts of Los Angeles County. We have, at this point, all seen the reports about the destruction. But what I wanted to do is just take a few minutes to talk about why these fires have been particularly hard on kids and how you might be able to help. So there are two main parts that I want to focus on with this. The first is that kids are physically most sensitive to the impacts of these wildfires. Apart from obvious issues of vulnerability and relying on adults for safety, children are physically impacted differently by wildfire smoke than adults are. If you'll indulge me to put on my pediatrician hat for a moment, at rest, children breathe more rapidly than adults. It is common for adults to breathe somewhere from 12 to 20 respirations in a minute. A newborn might breathe 60 at rest, right? They are breathing at rest 3 to 5 times more commonly, more frequently than adults are. Children are more active developmentally. It is normal for them to be more active than adults are. Right? We've all seen toddlers running around, playing around constantly. This only increases that respiratory rate. And on top of all of that, they are still developing their lungs, developing their immune systems. And so what all of this means is that they are more susceptible to breathing in wildfire smoke at a higher rate, and they are more at risk of the negative consequences of this wildfire smoke and of this particulate matter that they take into their lungs. Data is clear that wildfire smoke increases chances for developing infections, increases risk of respiratory diseases like asthma, increases developmental delay risk for children. And we're talking both in the immediate, right? The immediate risk of some of these concerns, and also in the long term. So if it is physically bad for you, it is worse for kids. Secondly, structurally, many children have been displaced from not only their home, but also from their school. Multiple schools have burned down in these fires. All of LA Unified School District was closed for several days because of the fires, and still several schools remain closed at the time that I record this for being in high-risk areas. When you think about safety and learning for a child, this happens most at their home or at their school. And for many kids who have been impacted by this fire, they have lost both. And so this is a real challenge developmentally for a child who is navigating trauma, navigating understanding around this loss, and has no access to those core places, those core spaces that they go to learn and to be safe, right? This is hard on kids. And so when we talk on this show, as we have multiple times, about the importance of climate, the importance of environmental policy, thinking about these things as kids' first issues, it's with the understanding that tragic events like these, 1, disproportionately impact children, and 2, are on the path to occur more frequently and with increasingly devastating outcomes as a result of the climate crisis. So, what do we do? On the large scale, the science is clear that we need to be actively reversing fossil fuel consumption and at the same time be putting policy in place to contend with a new climate reality, raising standards for our schools, for our homes, and environmental maintenance to make sure that this scale of widespread loss does not become an even more common occurrence in the way that it is currently on track to be. We'll take some time in future episodes to talk more about how we do that in a kid's first way. In the immediate, the kids of LA County need our help. There are many places out there that have requested support. For today, I want to plug one particular organization, Baby to Baby. They are a wonderful organization operating around the nation. They have a large impact though in LA. When I practiced in Los Angeles County, they were a major partner in navigating the infant formula shortage that we faced a few years ago. They helped supply also many of our patients with diapers. They are currently raising funds to help ensure that children and their families have all the supplies that they need during this crisis. I will put a link for their fundraiser in the description below. Okay, folks, that is our show for today. But before we depart, I have an announcement to make. Okay, we all know that 2025 is slated to be a huge year for kids. We have a brand new generation of children. Shout out to Generation Beta. We have White House administration changes. There is so much going on. And my hope is for Kids Today to be a place where we can grow together as advocates for kids, and where we can highlight, yes, the challenges that are occurring, and where we can speak truth to power, and where we can also celebrate childhood and the beautiful ways that children show up in our communities and in our country. And so to that end, we will be increasing our episode drops to weekly, with episodes coming out every Sunday at 9 a.m. You heard that right. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. So make sure that you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever new videos drop, and so that we can continue to build this really incredible community that we have started to craft. Okay, friends, until next time, thank you again for tuning in to Kids Today.